Hello and welcome crypto enthusiasts from all over the world to simple cryptocurrency news presented by Phantasma Chain. And in this news video I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin SV and why it's being delisted from so many exchanges. Then we'll be talking about some news from the Romanian Bank and why they're so bullish on cryptocurrencies. Then I'll be uncovering some news from Phantasma Chain. Then we'll be looking at Ontology's ecosystem, and finally the Neo ecosystem as always, coming right up right after the intro. Okay, and before we go into the news, I just want to take a look at the markets and see how we're actually doing. So as we can see on CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin is trading at over $5,240. It's up 0.66% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is trading at 166.69 cents. And interestingly enough, a lot of the traders like Tone Vase or DaVinci J15, which have a lot of experience in crypto trading and also trading stocks, have been pretty bearish about Bitcoin. I mean, to be honest, it did take a dump to about 4,900, but it quickly recovered. I actually saw that price on Binance, and this was yesterday. So yeah, that quickly recovered. It picked up. So you know, it's hard to say really if it's still a bull trap or if it's a bullish sentiment in general in cryptocurrency, and that if many people are buying over the counter, some people are buying on exchanges because they can no longer buy over the counter. If they can't buy large amounts over the counter, then obviously the other option is exchanges, and that will cause the price to pump. So yeah, let's take a look at Neo. As we can see, that's trading at $10.89 on average, down 0.75%, only a little bit. And Ontology has regained the 19th position, just under Ethereum Classic, trading at $1.32, and it's up a little bit, 0.84%. And interestingly enough, Ontology gas was actually pumped earlier on this morning in Central European time. It was around 5 or 6 a.m. and it pumped from 52 cents yesterday to 66 cents on Binance, simply because of the news which I'm going to be talking about in this video. But it quickly dumped, and we think it's going to find support around 54 cents, maybe a little bit higher. But yes, let's look at the biggest gainers, and we can see Stealth, which is up 3,666%. So that's 36 times up. And this clearly looks like a pump and dump for those of you that are new into crypto, because we look at the 24-hour volume, and here we can see it's $1,960, right? So this is how you can immediately identify that this token is probably not listed on any good exchanges. And we can even take a look at it just to clarify this for you. And if we go to markets, here we can see that Bittrex, which is a good enough exchange with a good reputation, they've been in the game for quite some time. Bittrex has the highest volume, and it's actually marked as volume and price excluded, outlier detected, because the real price of this token should have been 13 cents. And on this other exchange, which I haven't heard of, is trading at $4.50. So obviously there's some manipulation there to take advantage of that, and to pump its ranking on CoinMarketCap, because then it will get noticed, right? This is what a lot of these tokens do, or coins which are new to the game, which had ICOs. They try to do pumps and dumps. Most of them are organized within the team just to bring attention to them, right? So yeah, also if we look at the news here, we can see that the latest news we've got are from the 13th of April, right? So nothing major here. It's not like the news are from today and they've done something super cool and they're listed on some good exchange, or I don't know, something, you know. These are very clear pumps and dumps, and I strongly recommend you to stay away from them if you don't want to lose your money. Okay, this is not financial advice, but it's the safest way to stay away from them, to not lose your money. Let's look at the rest of the biggest gainers. We've got Engine Coin. Now this is a decent project. I'm really interested in this one because it's about blockchain gaming. They are an ERC20 token. Okay, I think they're going to go to their own blockchain eventually. I'm actually curious to follow some updates on them and maybe even do a review. But yeah, that's that with the biggest gainers. And let's see, the biggest losers are ABBC Coin again, Digitex Futures, Nebulas, Project Pi, and Inside Chain. So yeah, that's that. You can't win them all, right? Even in a bullish day, you know, you're going to have projects which go down in price. But okay, let's move on and talk about the news from today, and that's Bitcoin SV. So what's all this fuss about Bitcoin SV we've been hearing about? I mean, it's talked about so much on Twitter, on the news, everywhere. You know, you always see it. So in the world of Bitcoin scams, nothing comes close to the BitConnect Ponzi scheme, which was on January 16, 2018, and BitConnect had announced that they were shutting down its lending and exchange services for good, which resulted in a heavy price drop. And this is the chart here, and this is how it shows you how it crashed, basically, right? And if we go down, okay, BitConnect was a scam, of course, for those of you that know. For those of you that don't know, yes, it was a Ponzi scheme. You can find a lot of videos online about it. To inform yourself, and some funny video as well of one of the guys that was working for BitConnect, Carlos Matos. It's probably a classic because people watch that just for the comedy, right? Just to have a laugh. Even if you are having a bad day, I mean, if you watch that video, you're gonna have a laugh. So check out BitConnect from Carlos Matos if you want to laugh. But yeah, will Bitcoin SV follow BitConnect's footsteps? So Bitcoin SV has been feeling the here as of recently after a number of the largest exchanges have announced that they will be delisting Bitcoin SV from their exchanges. This comes days after following the announcement that Craig Wright, founder of BSV, had stated that he would be suing crypto user HODLNOT for libel and defamation after he had started the hashtag Craig Wright is a fraud. Wright had said that he would be coming after anybody who goes against his claim that he is Satoshi Nakamoto himself. The key players within the cryptocurrency industry took up arms against Wright and threatened to delist his project if he continued to go ahead with the lawsuit against the Twitter user. Well, it appears that they have followed through with the threat after Binance announced this week that it would be delisting BSV. Wow, I mean, so this was big news, right? Because this just shows you that this guy HODLNOT had a big impact. And actually I've searched for HODLNOT on Twitter just to see who this guy is, because I personally haven't heard of him, and it looks like the guy doesn't have a big following. He's only got like 700 and something followers, so he's not like a really big follower. He's not a big name in the space. Yet just because he goes against Bitcoin SV just shows you the power of the crypto community coming together. When somebody announces that somebody is going to get sued, you know, the community don't find that right, so the community are just basically jumping to help. So wow, I mean, it's amazing to see the community standing together in this case, because normally the community is very divided, right? If you've been in cryptocurrency for quite some time, at least for the whole of 2018, you'd see that the community is very divided, and you're gonna have people that believe in one specific project, and they will be treating that project like it's the best project they've ever faced. They've never seen a project better than that, you know. And some people then will be divided, and they will be like, okay, well, I like this project too, but I also like this project, and I also like this project, so I like to diversify my portfolio and like multiple projects, because you never know what happens, right? You should never believe in only one project, no matter how good it seems. We have seen this in the past with projects which seem good, but it turned out to be bad, or they turn out to not have enough funding to continue, because we are still in a bear market. So keep that in mind when you're following a project with all your heart. No matter how good it seems, you never really know what happens. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, basically Bitcoin SV is going to be delisted from Binance. They have announced that, and of course other exchanges too. And basically they're asking here, they're talking about it here in this article, that the price has dropped 15% following the announcement, and it could potentially fall to zero, right? It is trading at $54.83 at the moment. And also, if we look at this guy here, Peter McCormack, I actually came across him because I follow Phantasma Chain, as some of you may know, and I saw that he tagged Phantasma Chain, and this guy has quite a name for himself. He has a lot of followers, and he actually posted an interesting story, so do check him out, Peter McCormack on Twitter. An interesting story about how he made $1 million and then ended up losing it all. Because he got greedy, right? This was in the bull run. He invested in late 2016 when the prices were very low. He got into different projects, and obviously they skyrocketed all across 2017. And by the end of 2017, he made about $1 million, but he didn't cash it out. He followed his dream, his target of reaching a few more million before he would cash out and actually open up his own business. And he ended up losing it because he got caught by the crash, like many people in the cryptocurrency space. And interestingly enough, he posted all the different exchanges that are delisting Bitcoin SV. And Phantasma Chain also mentioned that they're not going to have Bitcoin SV either. And really, when I see Phantasma Chain in this, I'm a bit surprised, because Phantasma Chain are an application, right? They're going to be like, they're a blockchain, but it's you've got the Phantasma app, which is the main chain, which is the content distribution platform. So I'm a bit surprised that they are saying they're delisting BSV. I know that they did say that they're going to have like an exchange as well eventually, but I'm just surprised what they meant by delisting BSV from Phantasma Chain. So that's something I will need to check with Phantasma. I'm actually curious why Phantasma Chain has been mentioned. And actually, if we go to Phantasma Chain, I know I'm going to be talking about some news on Phantasma Chain, but if we go down, we can actually see something here. Okay, so as a result of the recent BSV development, initial delisting by Binance, the team of Phantasma Chain decided that BSV will not be supported by our Cosmic Swap feature. Okay, so right. So it's the Cosmic Swap feature which will not support BSV, which is pretty much like the atomic swap, right? Where you can swap one specific coin with another coin. So this is the reason why Phantasma Chain is mentioned. So that's quite interesting to find out. But yeah, let's move on and talk about the Romanian Central Bank. So this is on Cointelegraph. Romanian Central Bank official says crypto will not fulfill basic roles of currency. And let's see what this is all about. So an official from the Romanian Central Bank has stated that cryptocurrency will not replace currency issued by central bank, as it is not necessarily a currency. Of course, it's a digital currency. The news was published by local media outlet Business Review on April 16. Daniel Daianu, a member of the Romanian National Bank Administration Council, reportedly stressed that the necessity to be aware of the difference between institutions and their roles, ensuring that those roles will not disappear. Daianu also addressed the importance of making the distinction between blockchain technology and digital currencies. Of course, yeah, everyone can make that distinction, right? But basically he's saying that these are not financial assets, not cryptocurrencies, and they won't be able to fulfill the basic roles of currency. Cryptocurrencies will never be able to substitute the currency issued by a central bank. What can happen is for central banks to have a digital currency, but that will also be issued by the bank, and commercial banks will receive digital currency that can multiply. I do agree, however, that new technologies lead to disintermediation, and this feature of decentralization shows us the merits of networks. So yeah, this is how it is. But to be honest, it's not unexpected from banks to say something like that, right? They obviously love the fiat currency. They don't want cryptocurrency to take over because it's disrupting the banks, and it goes against their will, right? It goes against what they want. So yeah, they're losing the power pretty much. Romania, which became the first Eastern European chapter affiliate of American nonprofit corporation Bitcoin Foundation back in 2014, released a draft emergency ordinance that regulates the issuance of electronic money, e-money, last July. So yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, all the banks are gonna say the same, in my opinion. I don't see any difference between banks. Like, for example, we had some other bank, I can't remember exactly the name, but they were also talking negative about cryptocurrency. So, you know, it is how it is. You know, you just have to accept it, right? Banks will not agree with them. However, something interesting happened. I watched a video recently. I can't remember if it was from Da Vinci J15 from Crypto, but somebody mentioned, I think it was that Martini guy that mentioned it. And basically there was some proof that banks are purchasing cryptocurrencies to be able to sell to institutional investors and also to private pension funds when the ETF is approved. So banks are apparently secretly buying cryptocurrency. So they're creating all this kind of FUD so that the price can go down. They can then buy lots of cryptocurrencies and they can sell them, at least Bitcoin, right? Because that's the number one. So yeah, interesting. Never listen to the banks, right? This is my opinion. But we have to use them, right? We have to use them. We've got to use banks as it is, because we cannot use cryptocurrencies everywhere. For example, if you want to pay your bills, if you want to pay your rent, your landlord's not going to accept cryptocurrencies as payment, even if they believe in the crypto space, because they need to pay their mortgage too. So we do need banks as intermediaries right now until we see this mass adoption happening and supermarkets adopting it, things like that, right? I think it's if a lot of people show interest then the rest just follows. This is my opinion. And let's talk about Phantasma Chain. So back to their Twitter page. Smashed through the top 500 barrier a few days ago. The top gainer 7 days on CoinMarketCap with a daily average volume of $650K. What's next? Exciting weeks ahead. Stay tuned for a series of partnership announcements. So not just one, a series of partnership announcements. However, something to pay close attention to in this tweet is that Phantasma Chain have tagged Justin Sun. Right? This is the real Justin Sun. He's got 1 million followers. Of course, if you don't know, he's the CEO of Tron, which is one of the top. I believe it's rank 11 right now on CoinMarketCap. So yes, I mean, there has been some thought about Tron, like with every project, basically for plagiarizing the Ethereum white paper. But they have managed to do some great things with Tron. They've attracted. There's a lot of dApps on Tron at the moment, especially games. At least gambling games, right? Casino games and these kind of things on Tron. So there are a lot of dApps on there. I gotta say this. So it's gonna be interesting to find out if this is gonna be a partnership with Tron, right? I did actually suspect something like that from previous conversations we had with Lee. Also on My Crypto Spirit, Lee is actually the marketing and PR advisor for Phantasma Chain, and he's actually got a channel called My Crypto Spirit. There's actually a website too and a group. So in that we had a podcast, and he kept on mentioning Justin Sun a few times, so when he mentioned him, it kind of raised the bell to me. It's like, something sounds fishy here. Something sounds fishy. So yeah, I think in my opinion, maybe it's not going to be Tron. Maybe it's going to be some blockchain game, but it could be Tron. And because they're saying partnerships, a series of partnership announcements, we could see Tron, and we could see some blockchain gaming company, some gaming company which is probably developing or thinking of developing blockchain games or bringing their in-game assets to the blockchain. Because this is the other thing with Phantasma Chain, right? They're trying to create this marketplace, and you're going to be able to sell and buy in-game assets, which you can't do legally right now, because there are a number of forums on the dark web where you can use to sell, for example, players and things like that. But Phantasma Chain are going to do this legally, right? So this is going to be great for all these gamers out there. So I wonder if somebody like PewDiePie is going to mention them, right? Because PewDiePie is a gamer. He's the #1 YouTuber with over 90 million subscribers, as you all know. So it'd be interesting to find out if PewDiePie will mention Phantasma Chain at some point. That's going to be absolutely humongous news if he does that, like he did with this decentralized website for content creation called DLive. So yeah, do follow me on DLive, by the way. If you see this specific clip, do follow me on DLive. I have done one stream on there as a test. It's not like the best streams I've done or the best videos I've done, but I wanted to do a test, so I did my first stream on DLive. I may be doing more streams on DLive. Actually, I'm thinking of doing some interviews or some simple chats about news and things like that with other crypto enthusiasts on DLive. But yeah, that's that about Phantasma Chain. We just have to keep an eye out and see what more is gonna come. Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to talk to you about Phantasma Chain is that they've changed their website. So if you go to the website, it is redesigned. It looks a little bit similar, but now we've got all the information about the tokenomics on there. So you will be able to see that as something different. So do check that out. Phantasma.io, phantasmachain.io. The link will be in the description below, so do check that out. So to move on, let's talk about the Ontology ecosystem. Leading EOS community joins Ontology as a new node, and this was posted today. And I think this was the cause of the hype for the price spike in ONG, because obviously, we've got a new community. They're trying to basically, Ontology are trying to decentralize Ontology, because at the moment they hold 7 of the consensus nodes. Right, there are candidate nodes which belong to different companies across the world, but the consensus nodes are held by Ontology, so it makes them centralized at the moment. Hence the very, very fast transactions per second, which is 1 second per block, and they can handle like tens of thousands of transactions. So very, very quick. If you've ever done a transfer on Ontology, you'll notice how fast they are. Right, they're very, very fast. So I really like that, to be honest, but I wish they were becoming decentralized, and I hope they will be doing so in the near future, and this is the start of it here. with a leading EOS community called EOS Gravity, and I wasn't too sure what this is about, but apparently they're in China. Okay, so they're going to join the Ontology ecosystem as one of its nodes. And Li Chang, which is the Chinese name, is a public blockchain and user-generated contribution community platform. Li Chang currently has over 200,000 fans and 50,000 registered users. Li Chang's mission is to empower public blockchains through forming a community of public blockchains, users, and dApps. Li Chang currently has several partners, including Gravity Blockchain, EOS Gravity, Huobi. Okay, Huobi, this is the keyword here, right? Because we know that Ontology and Huobi also have some strong links, right? Waterdrip Capital, IN Blockchain, and more. Li Chang's addition to Ontology brings a huge user base and extended promotion of Ontology's public blockchain infrastructure. So that's really good, right? And actually, if we look at their website, actually check them out, it says here that they've got over 200 million community staff, 80 plus WeChat community, and 10 million plus Weibo subscription. EOS Gravity Zone is a blockchain eco community headquartered in Shanghai, China, and it aims to provide an in-depth analysis based on blockchain technology and EOS public blockchain, supplemented by comprehensive high-quality EOS information and technical support. Fans are transformed into EOS supporters, which promotes the full development of EOS. So it's interesting, right? They're basically like the Elastos Cyber Republic community, right? Because they're supporting the Elastos community, trying to spread the word about Elastos, trying to market Elastos on behalf of Elastos. That's how EOS Gravity are doing in China for EOS, right? Because EOS are in the US. So yeah, that's that about Ontology. Let's actually, no, we've got one more piece of news about Ontology, sorry. And that's about ATLS, Atlas. 1,300,000 Atlas up for grabs for Ontology holders. So this is an airdrop. So if you hold Ontology, you'll be getting another airdrop, and that's between today, April 17th, and April 23rd. So basically what's going to happen is 10% of the Atlas tokens will be open for an ONT subscription session on April 22nd. And to celebrate and thank ONT holders, we are announcing a 1,300,000 Atlas airdrop to all ONT holders. Atlas Protocol is a decentralized tokenized travel platform that distributes the economic benefit out of the hands of mega corporations and gives it back to the consumers, content creators, and suppliers. Now, the platform will fairly compensate content creators and remove the commission burden and inefficiency that is plaguing the current travel ecosystem. This allows travel businesses to retain profits they can reinvest in products, services, and innovations. An open and transparent platform is empowering all stakeholders in the industry. Atlas is established by the founding team behind Xanadu, a luxury travel platform backed by Tencent, Matrix, and Prometheus Capital with over 2 million active users. Now, the private round lending investors, this is the important part here, OGC, NGC, Neo Global Capital, and Ledger Capital, and has partnered with South Korea's giant internet company Kakao's blockchain subsidiary GroundX. Atlas will leverage all of Xanadu's existing user base as well as its partnership with 20 plus major hospitality service providers, including Peninsula Hotels, Shangri-La, Cathay Pacific, Singapore Airlines, Finnair. The firm also has strategic partnerships targeting retail clientele with WeChat, Jinri-Totu, and I can't pronounce that one, Netiz, and Weibo. So yeah, I mean, this is great stuff for Ontology. It looks like Atlas is a good company to offer an airdrop to Ontology and probably form some sort of partnership. And simply because the reason why I say that is because of this, right? So when you see a project with having partners like WeChat, for example, right, or Kakao Chat, right? So all of these, Kakao, right, they're very, very commonly used in Korea, for example, right? You hear about that everywhere. I used to play a Korean game, and I remember that I was talking to some of the Koreans that could speak English on there, and they were telling me that Kakao is widely used in Korea. So to have something like that, you know, it's very big. Not to say that Koreans aren't bullish on the blockchain technology, because we know they are, and also on cryptocurrencies, especially before that tax law happened in Korea, which kind of, you know, was bad to the Koreans. But yeah, it just shows you, I mean, to have something like that, it's important, right? This kind of company. And what does the airdrop consist of? So you will need to submit an ERC20 address for the airdrop. Okay, I think that Atlas are going to migrate to the Ontology blockchain, but they are on Ethereum. They are on the Ethereum blockchain at the moment because they are on ERC20. So you need to submit your ERC20 address and also your ONT address because you need to prove how many Ontology coins you hold. It doesn't matter if they're in your wallet or in the node, because a lot of people, a lot of Ontology holders hold their coins on the node simply because you get more rewards. Right, you generate more rewards. As it stands, you generate pretty much the same reward you generate just for holding in your wallet on top of what you already generate for holding in your wallet, right? So this is huge. This is important because, you know, this is what people want to do if they believe in a project and they want to hold it for a long time until the price appreciates. And yeah, that's fine. Node staking is absolutely fine, just as long as you mention your address. Make sure you have an ERC20 address. If you don't, you should create one just for this airdrop. And yeah, basically just follow this information here in the link. Again, the link will be posted in the description below, so do follow this. And basically they're saying how you're going to get it. It's going to be the submitted amount plus the total amount of all submissions multiplied by the total Atlas amount, and it's going to be distributed after 15th of June. And you can check the ERC20 address to check whether the distribution has occurred. Right, and then they've got some walkthroughs here, so you can follow this. I'm not going to do a demo on this, but it's pretty straightforward, as we can see from the simple walkthrough here on their Medium post. So do check that out. And yeah, and finally, for the Neo ecosystem, we've got some news from For the Win. And actually, it's not like really big news. They're basically just talking about what they've done in Q1 of 2019 and their progress. For the Win is the first decentralized blockchain lottery platform on the Neo blockchain. Okay, they are an NEP5 token. FTWX is the ticker symbol, or FTW is was the ticker symbol. They've changed it to the FTX, and then they've changed to FTWX on Switcho because Switcho couldn't list them until they had that, so it's a bit confusing. But basically they're just recapping here. So it's a DApp, okay, where you can play lottery games as well as other things like, for example, raffles. And they're going to be adding more games pretty soon as well. So yeah, they were just basically mentioning that they've launched their platform. On February 4th, they went live on Mainnet, which claimed to be the first purely decentralized smart contract lottery that lets users operate and maintain the lottery over their earnings. In addition to lotteries, the platform also allows users to participate in raffles. Since its launch, FTW reports the creation of more than 600 raffle games, and over 8,400 lottery tickets were sold, and more than 110 lottery draws. And also the project has introduced a referral program where users receive a reward of 5% on referred lottery ticket purchases. So yeah. Oh yeah, and they've also kind of built a partnership, or maybe let's say not really a partnership, but more an integration with NOS, which is also an NEP5 token. It's a project on the Neo blockchain. They've got a client, so you can download the client, and they host poker games. I believe it's twice a week, once with NOS tokens and the second one with FTW tokens as prizes. So FTX tokens, sorry, as prizes. So do check that out if you're interested. Again, the prize pool for the tournaments are 50,000 FTX tokens. I don't know if US players can play, or people that are in the US with the US IP address, because I believe they are not allowed to play poker. But if you're outside the US, I believe there's a number of countries which are banned from playing this, but I believe that most countries are allowed. So if you are into poker, if you want to check it out, do so. Basically read out this article on Neo News today and check them out. This is actually fresh news that we've got, April 15th, so just 2 days ago. This is kind of the latest news we've got on Neo News today. But yeah, that's that about For the Win. And there's one other project which is similar to For the Win on the Ontology blockchain. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but they're not exactly like For the Win. They do differ a bit, but they are using the lottery functionality basically. So you pick some numbers and you draw, and basically you can win. I believe they have like a different model. It's not like 5 numbers out of 39. It's like out of 90 or something like that. So it's a different model. So yeah. But yeah, they're the only ones on the Neo blockchain at the moment. I'm not sure if on Ethereum there are any. I don't believe so. Maybe there are. But yeah, let me know what you think about the news. I'm really curious what you think. What do you think of Bitcoin SV? What do you think? Who do you think the partner is for Phantasma Chain? I'm really curious. So if you're watching this video, please leave a comment below. Don't hesitate. I want more interaction on my channel. Please leave a comment below. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and check out all my new content. Make sure to enable notifications so that you're aware when I upload the next video. I'd like to thank you very, very much for watching the video. It really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.